Hey everyone, and welcome back into another video. Today I'm going to be looking at amazing maps, starting with the first one being countries where cheek kissing is a common greeting. And obviously I'm from Pakistan and also the UK, and to be honest I'm surprised they're not highlighted, because obviously I see it a lot, but generally loads of countries do that. To be honest, I think it's pretty friendly, but if it's someone you literally don't know, then it's probably a bit weird. But obviously in North America, in South America, it's a lot of that. States with a smaller population than Los Angeles County, and oh my gosh, so I think what they did is that they got on the the most poorest states, and then they just highlighted that to make it look more exaggerated. But it just proves how rich Los Angeles is. That is absolutely crazy. All of these counties is actually crazy, but it just proves how rich Los Angeles is. This is the northernmost part of Brazil, is close to Canada, which is insane, because this is the tippy top of Brazil and the lowest point, and apparently this is closer, which is honestly pretty crazy. That just proves how big Brazil really is, and it's just a great country in general. 50% of Canadians live south on the red line, which, oh my gosh. So as you could see over here, literally that is just this tiny part here, and all of this part is desolate with literally nothing in it. And that's actually crazy. Look at all of his space, but obviously it's gonna distort it a bit because it's the Mercator projection, but still just that much space. I mean, that's honestly a lot. You cannot complain about that. Over here, Melbourne is closer to Antarctica than it is to Darwin, and honestly it's following the same pattern as the Brazil one. It just proves how big some countries are. Look at Australia, that's Melbourne and that's Darwin, which is basically the most southern point and then the most northern point. And Melbourne is closer to Antarctica, which is massive. That just proves how vast. I mean, honestly, it just proves how big Australia is, but also how deserted it is here, because no one lives here, guys. Literally no one. Amazingly comprehensive map of every country in the world that uses the month, day, year format. Honestly, just the USA. I'll be so honest with you. I don't know why they do that. It's just so confusing. On an American company, let's say you're using TikTok, oh my gosh, it's basically only an American audience, and honestly that's 3% of the world. So I don't know why they're doing that. I don't, just stick to what everyone else is using. Thank you very much. Okay, here we have France's longest border is shared with Brazil. To be honest, I don't know what that means. Excuse me. Okay, I didn't really understand. Alright, the United States and Canada at the same latitudes as Europe. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, this just proves how northern Europe really is, because I'm in the United Kingdom. We're deep into Canada if we're on the same latitude, and we are on the same latitude, but that just proves how northern it is. Whoa. And also it proves how small and dwarfed Europe is, because look how big the Americas are. Look at USA and Canada absolutely dwarfing Europe. It's probably the same size. And keep in mind, that's only 2 countries. All of these little countries like Austria, Hungary, Slovakia, they're all being dwarfed by these 2 countries. 95% of the ocean plastic originates from these 10 rivers. Honestly, I think it makes sense because they're one of the biggest rivers in the world, but still, that's pretty sad to see. But look how big the Nile is. Look at the Indus River, the Ganges. Honestly, I think it makes a bit of sense because they're the biggest rivers, but still, it's pretty sad to be honest. Argentina, as depicted on the back of the Argentine passport. Honestly, that is so cute. I love that idea so much. I feel more countries should be doing that. Here we have the most common foreign nationals in each Japanese prefecture, and it's mostly Chinese over here in the north. Also, there's some of Brazil, which is pretty interesting, and then there's obviously there's South Korean. So honestly, it makes sense, but I don't know why Brazil sort of that. It's really far away. It's probably really far away from Japan, so I wonder what it's doing there, but that's pretty interesting to be honest. And I think this map is pretty cool because it's a map of the world made of time zones, and that is honestly so cool because obviously some countries are massive. They're gonna stretch across it, for example China. We could see the outline of some certain countries, over here you could just see the outline of China, but they just stick to one time zone, but that results into some places being much darker unlike the same time. So it's pretty interesting. You could see specific shapes, for example Pakistan and India, Argentina. It's honestly pretty confusing because it can't always just be the straight one, because it will cut through countries, so pretty confusing to visualize it, just to work out, but it's pretty cool to be honest. Here we have the population density in Egypt, and I think they're all just living around the Nile, which is pretty interesting. Like, most of them just live over here. Like, it's just the exact shape of the Nile. And then obviously in the northeast, they are also really populated. But really, you could see, like, literally no one is living over here. Like, I don't know what makes this area so desolate, but, like, it's probably, like, the Sahara Desert or something. I don't know. Literally don't know. But, like, dang, that's crazy. Like, whoa. There's so many people living here. And there's even, like, many people over here as well. And I think that's where the capital is. That makes sense why it's really, really popular. Here we have Antarctica without ice. And, whoa, like, oh my gosh, that's like, it is a whole continent. Like, many people forget about Antarctica, and it honestly makes sense because you can't really live there, but like, that is really cool without ice. Like, it looks habitable. Each section has 10% of the world's population, and that is honestly so cool because look at this part. So this, if you don't know, is the most populated area in like the whole world. Like, a lot of India is there, which is obviously the most populated country. And also on this part, so these two parts are both 20% and then the most populated part. But then obviously over here, look how much space is, like, look how little that space is. That's honestly pretty crazy. And over here, that's honestly loads of countries, to be honest. I'm surprised how it's not a bit smaller, but yeah, there's a lot of countries in this red one. And over here, obviously we could see Australia and New Zealand. It honestly makes sense because they're really not populated at all. So yeah, it makes sense. But that's honestly really cool, just seeing like how different it all gets. Oh my gosh, gravity is not 9.8 whatever, that's just the global average. 9.8 newtons per kilograms, right? But like, whoa, excuse me, it's not the same. Oh my gosh, okay, I need to stop this. Oh my gosh, I did not expect to see that at all. Like, what does red? Oh my gosh, okay, I'm getting confused. Tracking of an eagle over a 20-year period. Whoa, that is crazy, because like, they went up to Kazakhstan in like these areas, and then they also went down to, that's not obviously half the world, but that's like a chunk of the world they just traveled, like, by their bare wings. Like, that's honestly crazy. It's over 20 years, but like, look how much they've been going through Saudi Arabia, they've been going through this route. It's honestly so crazy. Just like, honestly, that is really cool. That is such a cool map. You could fit the entirety of Poland into Texas and still be able to drive around it. Whoa, that is pretty cool. That just proves how big Texas is as a state. Like, it could be a whole country, and like, that's Poland right there. So Texas is really big. Like, honestly, yeah, it makes sense. It's really big. Oh my gosh, this is really interesting. Sunshine duration in hours per year. Honestly, in the United Kingdom, we literally get no sunshine. Like, as you can see, I'm going to just show you right now. This is where I am, and look at the weather right now. It's so cloudy, so miserable, guys. Like, you do not understand. It's so miserable right now, and like, honestly, it's all showing here. It's like the lower ones, 1,200 to 1,600. Look how sad we are. And it's also, at least it's following the same pattern, to be honest. I don't want to be alone, but Scotland's really getting the stuff. So yeah, pretty sad, but honestly, it's like really low. And then over here in southern, like really southern, it does get like a bit higher, but like still it's pretty low. And then down in the Mediterranean, we got a lot of sunshine over here. Like, yeah, but there's no dark red. And then when we go to the US, oh yeah, also, by the way, most of it is in the green area, which is, I think that's pretty moderate. But then over here in the US, there's not a single place. I mean, oh wait, no, there is over here. But apart from that, there's not a single place that does not get like below 1,800 or 2,000, which is like, what? Like, look at this. Look at California. It's getting 3,500 plus, and this does not. And honestly, I want to know the reasons for this, because honestly, I'm just so fed up of not having sun. Like, you never see it. It's like cloudy all the time. Like, if you ever watch me filming a video, it'll probably be cloudy. But yeah, over here, it's really sunny. I don't know what the reason for that is, but still. And then we're going to end off with looking at the global distribution of penguins, which is really cool. It's literally like around the south of it, with Australia over there, North Africa, and Chile over there. That is so cool. It's all in the south. But there's also a few islands over there. And there's also New Zealand. That is so cool. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end off today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye, guys.